they got it bumping. Leg drop, boot to the face, we won't fold. Quick to put a dude in this place, he out cold. With a tombstone, grapple the waist, get laid flat. Can't escape, nowhere to go, the cage match. It's on now, when I spot him, it's no problem. Everybody stone cold till they hit with the rock bottom. Sharpshooter, I won't miss him like Bret Hart. Like Al Snow, they gon' need him a head start. I just might catch a better body than Mickey James. Get acquainted with the name, we bringin' the pain. Like Kane in the ring, all I see is red. Paul era, Undertaker, I can see the dead. John Cena putting hands in your face. Ted DiBiase, keep a milli on the waist. B2TF, better stay in your place or get smacked down, play it safe. What you talking about?
Welcome to the latest episode of Boot to the Face here live on YouTube and all your favorite podcasting platforms. I'm Chris Rucker along with my co-host DJ Reed. We're a little bit late, but we are here to talk about the world of professional wrestling. What's up, DJ?
What's up, man? I'm doing good. How are you doing?
I'm doing great.
Yeah?
I'm doing great.
Look like you. It sounded like you had some fun last night.
Last night, what are we talking about?
Even I think you were doing some day drinking.
Oh yeah, we went to the Georgia Renaissance Fair yesterday. So
yeah, you went last year too.
Yeah. So that was a thing, and I was in bed by like 8:30.
Well, you must have had a real good time at the Renaissance Fair.
Yeah, the day drinking will fuck you up at my age, man.
I remember last year you said, I can't remember. I think you said it was a mix of weirdos and like hot women dressing up as
about the
Renaissance
same.
people.
About the same. Bunch of people dressed up like fucking elves and warlocks and shit like that, and then every now and then you come across a hot woman that's dressed like that. But it's like nothing but. I was telling my girlfriend we were looking around. It's like it's nothing but just like women with their tits out, because that's how they dressed back in the day, like wenches and shit like that. So everybody had like the fucking corsets, and they'd have their tits just put straight. Even people that didn't need their tits out had their tits out.
You said that's how they used to dress back in like the Renaissance or medieval times. How do we know that? People that feel like Hollywood probably glamorized that. When people really dressed up like that.
Right. I think about shit like that all the time. Like, how do we know that's how this shit went down? But yeah, that was that. And we, fried turkey leg. Motherfucker was about this big. I split with the girlfriend. That was good. Fried Oreos, because they had those back in the Renaissance times.
How was that? I've had like one fried Oreo. I remember it being really good, but that was
phenomenal.
I think that was before the pandemic, maybe. You said it was phenomenal.
They're pretty expensive though, right? Like $7 for 3 fucking fried Oreos. It's like $2, over $2 an Oreo.
Damn, that's just it's economy, I tell you.
Yeah.
What you drink with it? Milk?
I didn't drink anything. I was drinking whiskey. Or actually, I was drinking rum and Coke.
Fried Oreos.
They took our, they don't check you when you go in there. So I was just like, fuck it, I'll fill my pockets up full of fucking airplane shooters. So when we got in there, we just bought some Cokes to mix the shit with, and the group we met with, they had the same idea too. They all had those little fucking, they're like flasks that they're like little pouches that you put in the freezer, and you can just, almost like the pouch that came in my little wrestling belt that I got at WrestleMania. But they had those like full of Crown Royal and shit. So we were all there having a good time. This is my girlfriend's work friends. So of course they were all younger than me. And they're just like, at one point, one of the guys was like, yeah, man, he's like, I want to do the hanging bar challenge, but like, I'm getting older, man. I'm like almost 30. Like I get hurt real easily.
Almost 30?
And another guy's like, well, I'm in my 30s. Like, this shit gets harder and harder. And I'm just sitting there like, I'm fucking 43. You motherfuckers are complaining. So we did the little hanging bar challenge where you try to beat the clock and hang on the bar. I outlasted the little young buck next to me that was with us. I made sure I stayed on there like a half a second longer than he did, because I didn't want to be no bitch. But
like a pull-up bar?
It's just a bar, right? And you just grab it, and then they take the stool off from under you, and you just fucking hang there. The trick, though, is it's like barely uneven, and then it fucking moves also. So if you're moving, the bar's moving, and then of course you got everybody watching you. So um, we got commenting, shout out DSG in the chat. AAA Chad Gable versus Ludwig 10 out of 10. We're gonna talk about that. I got some questions about AAA because I was watching it this morning.
Yeah.
Um, but yeah, so we got back last night. You know, I was in bed by like 9 o'clock, missed the whole finals, and of course I woke up at 3 a.m. wide awake this morning. So this morning by itself, I've watched the entire AAA card. I watched the rest of SmackDown. I watched AEW Collision. I even watched fucking MLW Fusion this morning. Them
Oh
were
yeah,
good
that's back.
Bojangles.
That's back. Oh man, I love me some. Would you get the spicy chicken biscuit fillet?
Yes, Cajun filet with cheese is
Yeah,
what I got.
they don't have Bojangles in the Midwest. I kind of miss
Mm,
that being down south, but
that's
now you put
my
add cheese
girl's
to it.
hangover breakfast.
Yeah, cheese to the Cajun. I wonder
Yeah,
how.
slice of cheddar cheese.
I wonder how that is. I don't know if I ever tried it with cheese.
They use the seasonal is pimento cheese they'll put on it, but that's not in season right now for whatever reason. But yeah, slice of cheddar cheese. Um, you do anything this weekend before we jump right into wrestling?
Nah, man, hanging out. But I fell asleep before I could watch AAA last night, so I watched it this morning. Like you said, I didn't watch the whole thing. I just watched the main event, which was a damn near hour. I'm surprised you were able to watch the whole thing. So you watched the Viking Raiders one and what was it, Phoenix versus what you call it,
I
Dorado.
use the word watch loosely.
What do
Like
you
when I
mean
saw the
loosely?
Viking Raiders, I was like, I hit that little scroll bar and just
Uh,
went straight to the end of it.
mm,
But yeah, I watched AAA this morning. I didn't realize that was last night.
it was last night. Uh, you know.
Well, we can jump right into AAA since that was the last thing to happen. And
Oh, before we
first
jump into
off,
Triple A, before you jump into Triple A, you say you didn't get to watch the Western Conference Finals. Wait, this is a big thing coming on, the rematch of the
I don't give
'99
a fuck who wins. Knicks in 5. I don't
Knicks.
care about who wins that.
I don't know, man. Wemby's
We're gonna
a
smack
animal,
Wemby around like a fucking.
getting
It's gonna be
cocky,
like Rey
man.
Mysterio versus Kevin Nash.
Getting cocky for a team that hadn't won since '73.
I know, right?
No,
Hey,
but
when your team gets on an 11-game winning streak by average margin of like 20 plus points, you start feeling good regardless of who you play. Now, we could get a rude awakening come Wednesday night, but right now I'm feeling good. I actually preferred San Antonio over OKC. I think it would have been harder to beat OKC, but
fucking
it is what it
flopping,
is.
SGA flopping. But I now like I'm really invested in the finals now, even though none of my team isn't in it, just because like either we're gonna see the Knicks finally win, or we're gonna see like the dawning of the new era with
Yeah.
the new kid Wemby. I didn't want to see
Wemby's a fucking
OKC in it.
alien, man.
Yeah, he is. I didn't want to see OKC. I don't like OKC for some reason, so I'm glad they lost.
For a small market team, they really are annoying, right? Like, like fuck these guys.
You know what I mean?
Um, since we're talking about fuck fan addicts, they've got the monopoly on all sports apparel, NBA, NFL, NHL, WWE. Like these motherfuckers, some kind of way, have finagled getting in charge of all sports apparel, and they're trash.
Kind of reminds me of Ticketmaster. They overloads of all tickets. Then they just get sued too for basically monopolizing and adding charges that they're not supposed to.
First off, the Knicks stuff sold out the first night within 18 hours.
Really?
Yeah, the majority of it, all the good shit, right? So I went to bed that night. I was like, it's late. I'm not gonna order anything tonight because I want a championship hat. Woke up the next day, they were all gone. 3 or 4 days later, I finally get on and no matter what store you go to, NBA store, Lids, Fan Addicts, all the shit is connected to Fan Addicts, Academy, all of it. So everything was sold out. So I finally found the hat I want. I ordered it. The shit won't be here till June 10th. The finals start on June 3rd. Like
Half the finals be over by then.
the finals might be fucking over by then. Like somebody might get swept. Like what the fuck? And I tweeted about it, like bitching about it, and they responded like, "Well, these are our special event things. We use verbiage to let people know that they may not." Yeah, I get it, but do better. You're the only fucking person with championship fucking apparel. Like, get on the ball during this time of year. Y'all need to have motherfuckers working overtime. And then my Golden Knights won and got to the championship again. So I'm doing good in my fucking spring sports right now. Or what is this, summer?
Spring, you're right. Spring sports. So only really summer sport is baseball. World Cup coming up.
Braves are kicking ass. First teams of 40 wins.
Really? I didn't realize the Braves are doing good this season.
And the best team in baseball right now.
That's what's up. It's always good when your sports team are winning. But
yeah. Cowboys gonna come around and fuck it all up for me.
don't even get me thinking on those guys already. But to tie everything together, if the Knicks win, you gotta put Danhausen on the float, right?
Very good, very evil. Or very bad, what is he? Very good, very nice, very evil.
Very nice, very evil.
He's got his own t-shirt on the Knicks.com. He's got a playoff shirt.
I was about to ask you one more thing. Don't NBA have an NBA shop with apparel?
Yeah, but it's tied to Fanatics.
Dang, you're right. They got a monopoly.
Yeah, it's like when you go to WWE shop, all that shit comes from Fanatics. These motherfuckers have taken over, like, quietly over the past, like, 8 years. They've taken over everything.
What's AEW shop tied to?
Those cocksuckers in Chicago.
Man, you don't like them either?
I probably shouldn't say that. We have a store there. Go to prowrestlingtees.com/boottotheface. Use promo code B2TF. You get 20% off. Yeah, that's who they get their shit from.
Well, definitely NBA ain't doing that. I could have swore there was one more other like shirt and apparel. I just can't think of the name of it.
Well, that's like dude told me the other day. He's like, "Oh yeah, look, fucking Knicks fans just coming out of nowhere because I was wearing this hat." I was like, "Bro, this is an Adidas hat. Like, when's the last time the NBA had anything to do with Adidas?"
And then what he say? And then what he say?
How long I've had this fucking hat. He's like, "I don't know who pays for what, but I just know Knicks fans are coming at it." I was like, "Okay, well, obviously you don't fucking watch the NBA if you don't know Adidas and the NBA hadn't been partners in fucking a decade or more."
And you always claim your Knicks fandom because even when they were trash during the pandemic and stuff.
Maybe not as much when they were trash and loud as I am now, but yeah, try not to give up on them. I tuned out for a couple years. I can't lie. Like it was unwatchable.
Hey man, that's the good thing about sports. You could, dip away for a little bit and come back.
Yeah. Let's get into AAA, man. As Scully said in the chat here, AAA Chad Gable versus Ludwig, 10 out of 10 match of the year contender.
It was good. I wouldn't go that far. It might be a little hyperbolic.
Let's see. He just put another comment. What are we thinking about the main event for today?
Bro, all right, we gotta get that.
We'll talk about AAA first. AAA. This is what I want to say about AAA.
Mm-hmm.
Have they always been this? Because I never watched it. Have they always been this over in Mexico? Like it looked like it was about 20,000 people there.
Oh, this was like their pay-per-view. There, when they do their weekly show, they're in smaller venues, a la what AEW does with their TV. This was their pay-per-view. So yeah, that was a huge crowd, and they were hot.
Man, they were hot from the beginning. When I turned it on, I was like, oh fuck! Like I thought it was gonna be like something to put me to sleep, take a little nap. I was like, oh shit! Like this crowd itself is gonna keep me up. Other question, because I don't watch.
Go ahead.
How the fuck is Grande Americano the original, the heel, and Ludwig is the babyface? Like, did Ludwig come and like do something that I don't know about that where Mexican people just love him?
We haven't talked about that on here. I agree, Mr. Reed. What do you agree with, Seafood? Right down in the chat. But I digress. Yeah, we haven't talked about that on here. How the roles flip when they're in other countries, but you want to know why it happened? It's pretty simple. It's pretty simple. Ludwig Kaza is trilingual. He speaks the language and he embraced their culture. And he's more like the announcer. She's his girlfriend and whatnot. And that's one thing that clarification. I'm all over the clarification from when he got arrested. Apparently, this might change your mind. Yeah, apparently the guy in the elevator, you were making him seem like he's all innocent. Apparently, he said he was going to report her to ICE. So you don't think he should get punched in his face for that?
Yeah, he deserved that ass whooping.
But not that great. Yeah, he's embraced the culture, and the Mexican fans got behind him.
Yeah, I was watching. I'm just like during the intro, Grande Americano original comes out, all these boos, and I'm like, okay, I get that. Like, obviously, he's impersonating a fucking luchador. Like, fuck this guy. And then the same music hit, only everybody was dressed in white, and the crowd fucking went crazy. I'm like, what is happening? Am I in the Twilight Zone? And here comes fucking Ludwig. Um, yeah, another question.
Mhm.
Who in the fuck decided, hey, we're gonna have AAA pay-per-views? You know who we should get on commentary? JBL.
Yeah, it's always seemed like an odd fit. He annoys me now that you mention that. I like Corey. I think Corey's a good
This
play-by-play, but why JBL?
this nigga was at the border stopping Mexicans from coming in when he was beefing with Eddie Guerrero back in the day. He was literally at the border of America and Mexico, like yelling at Hispanic people, like trying to get them to go back across. That's how racist he was.
You think he could have told? Well, I guess did he have the juice like that to tell Vince no?
Yeah, he was WWE champion.
He probably
I don't
wanted
think
to
he
do it,
would
of
have told
course.
Vince no. I thought that was probably his fucking idea.
Probably. Yeah, yeah. I mean, way to get heat. It was a different day and age. I'm not excusing it, but that's different. Yeah. We'll talk about the actual match in a second, Seafood, but I agree. But yeah, that is a. You think the Mexican people just forgot about it? Maybe. Ludwig.
I think this is it's a new generation of people. They probably don't even watch WWE from back then.
Yeah, and they don't. I don't know if they were there last night, but usually they're not recording in the actual place. They usually remotely.
Yeah, it definitely sounded off
in the commentaries. But I get what you're saying. Like, why is he doing it out of all people? But Undertaker is running creative down there.
Yeah,
and he's MAGAs.
Why do you think the War Raiders won?
Oh, they won. I didn't even watch that match. I don't even care if
they
spoiled it.
New AAA tag team champions. My bad. What we were talking about, I didn't know you hadn't watched it yet.
No, I don't care. I'll go back and watch that.
Well, new champions were crowned all around. Like Vikingo won not the cruiserweight, but the
Latin American Championship.
Their version of the Intercontinental title, which is a step down for him, right? Because he was the AAA World Champion. Yeah,
fans kind of, we didn't really talk about that on here. The fans kind of got him out of there because once WWE bought it, they like gravitated towards Dom and started booing him, even though he's a baby face. I don't know if he finally turned heel over there because I don't keep up on a week-to-week basis.
He's heel. He's got Omos as his fucking muscle.
Okay, so they finally listened to the fans and turned him.
He fought. I can't remember the guy's name he fought, but he had like a big brother that was out there with him, and Omos is giving that motherfucker the business outside the ring. Then, like I said, the Viking Raiders won the tag titles. Ray Phoenix won the championship versus I can't remember who he fought.
It was wasn't it Dorada Masca? Was it Masca Dorada?
I don't fucking know. I hate to be disrespectful to him, but like I said, I was watching it 5:30 this morning, so I just know Ray Phoenix won the title in a really good match. But Omar should be booked on Raw, or SmackDown. I don't know. I think Omos is doing good where he's at. I wasn't a fan of Omos. Like he's
lumbering.
Just big.
Yeah.
like my boy Enzo used to say, and he's 7 foot tall. Like that's all he's got. Like he's got nothing else. He has no charisma. He's not really good in the ring. I mean, look at the difference of matches between him and Brock at Mania and Brock and Oba at Mania. Like there's a difference between being big and good.
It was the writing was on the wall once Brock beat his ass at was that 38 WrestleMania 38 or not 39 I think it was the one in LA. It is what it is. Like you said, he's in the right spot that he is right now. But what did you think about the actual main event?
I enjoyed it. It was a lot of fun. Gable was bleeding everywhere.
Yeah, when he took his mask off, spoiler, he lost. Gable lost, but when he took his mask off, I'm like, how did he hit a gusher like that?
He was bleeding throughout the match. Like you could see it. It was blood everywhere. The funniest thing that I saw, one was he had blood all over his hands, and he kept trying to grab the guy's microphone that was talking at the end. And the guy's like, "Get the fuck off me! Like you got blood all over you." And then his kids were in the ring with him, and he high-fived his daughter, and she was like looking at her hands. She's like, "Oh my god!" And the mom kind of laughed, and the little girl's just sitting there like staring at her hand. She's like, mesmerized by all the blood on her hand. And then, just like a big sister, her little brother wasn't paying attention. She wiped it on his back.
See, I was
That
staring at
shit
his.
had me dying.
I was looking at his family a little bit. But I didn't pay attention that close. That's funny. I'm gonna go back and watch that.
Now,
But
at one point, he was talking and he was like walking back and forth. And when he introduced his family, he like high fived his daughter and got blood all over. And like within 10 seconds, she wiped that shit on her little brother.
you think? Because that's kind of traumatizing to see your dad like that. You think the mom probably says, "Let's just catch up," because to the little boy. The little boy is pretty little.
He's a pro wrestler athlete. I think they've seen him probably busted open or injured before. Like this is just what dad does for work.
Yeah, I'd be traumatized. Especially like the son seemed like they're pretty young, like 4 or 5 years old. But Flu said, "Wonder if Louis next week." Yeah, that's got to be it. I think they got Triple Mania coming in September. It's got to be Dom versus.
But that'd be
Brandon.
babyface versus babyface, wouldn't it?
Nah, Dom is he still plays a heel even though they cheer him down there, and he could get heat if he's going against Grand Americano. But yeah, they booked it right. They did the right thing. So even in the midst of having this legal thing, I heard the fan base got behind him even after getting arrested because they found out he was protecting the honor of that woman he's with. So,
well, she got a pop when she came running out.
Yeah.
And then JBL's ass talking about last time I saw her, last thing I heard about her, she was getting in a fight on the elevator.
He said that? What?
Yeah,
he's got to be a jackass.
Like, this fucking guy, man, he just can't. He can't just beat the allegations, can he? He's got to be a fucking cocksucker.
Yeah, F that guy. One thing that you brought to my attention that I didn't really have on the agenda, but you made me notice that, like you said, how big and grandiose it looked down there. It shows you that how WWE treats their entities that they actually own. But on the other side, like their partnership, like TNA is their like redheaded stepchild, I guess, because they don't straight up own them. They send them the worst. They send them the worst talent of NXT, the fucking Stack Lorenzo. And look at the talent they send into AAA. You got Dom there as your champion. This Grande Americano thing is taking off. I don't know, man.
I wouldn't say that. I mean, they did send Trick. They sent their women's champion at the time from NXT.
Trick was kind of like rehabbing himself at the time, not like physically, but like, he was kind of cooled down at the moment he went to TNA and got hot again. It's not like,
Again, don't have me defending WWE, but like AAA is something that they own. So
that's what I said.
If you get hurt on AAA's watch, like that's still doing something for us. So we're making money. If we send Roman to TNA and he blows his fucking Achilles out, like, you know what I mean? Like, what is that doing for us?
I get it, but I feel like, of course, this partnership is doing wonders for WWE. They can send their people there, get reps, but on TNA, like, what are you getting in return except being like their second developmental, and giving them all your championships?
If I'm TNA, I'm taking whoever they give me.
But I feel like it's hampering them. I feel like they could be doing more forbidden door stuff with other companies, but WWE is basically preventing that from happening. Like, oh no, you just working with us.
I mean, they got beef with AEW, so they can't really work with them. And then having beef with AEW kind of gives you indirect beef with New Japan.
But I think the reason they're having beef with AEW is the WWE partnership.
No, it's Silva. Carlos Silva from TNA took something. He got mad that AEW programmed one of their shows on a TNA night because he didn't realize that AEW every time this year gets preempted around the playoffs and they have to do it, and he thought they were trying to fucking come at him.
But this partnership with WWE has been going on since 2025, or late 2024,
a little over a year.
So I think even with all that, even when they got preempted, I just think that they can't have partnerships with other, not even just AEW, just any other independent. Like, I feel like they haven't been doing since this partnership with WWE, because WWE probably like, nope, you just work with our talent, which I think is hampering them right now. Carlos full, he is full of it. He is full of shit.
I agree with you, but at the same time, like, if I'm a lower tier wrestling company and I get the choice to partner with WWE or all these other niggas over here, like, I'm partnering with WWE. Like, even if they do send me the worst of their talent, I'm still getting my product on WWE programming, and I'm getting the WWE fan. Yeah, is it working? That's to be debated, right? But business wise, like, I completely agree. Like, if I can skip the line and attach myself to the biggest fucking brand in wrestling, then that's what I'm gonna do.
I get it, but like, so they get they're like lower level. I don't want to say lower level. Their developmental talent get to win all your belts, but you can't win none of theirs. I just feel like it's one sided to me.
Yeah, I mean, and you're right too, right? Like when AEW was working with them, they were sending fucking Omega over there,
Yeah,
and WWE sending developmental. But again, developmental WWE or AEW, who's only getting like 3 to 4 thousand people in their building every week. Like, look at fucking AAA, which we just
develop,
saw. Like,
developmental WWE and NXT. They got like 200 people in their performance center on weekly TV.
true.
And it's standing like stacks. Like who gives a fuck about stacks? It's like
Yeah,
they
but he
giving you the
comes with
rub.
Ariana Grace comes with him though.
She's kind of. I don't like her as much as when she was the pageant queen. I don't like this like bad girl. I don't even know what the gimmick is now. It kind of disappointed me because I was a big fan of her. I don't know. I went off on a tangent, but it's just I don't know.
Oh,
I feel
good.
like
Say what you feel.
you
DJ
can
said,
see.
fuck TNA."
I feel like Triple A just looks like it's a major big time, and like I said, just because they actually own them and they just have like a partnership with TNA. But shout out to Triple
Yeah,
A.
but I guess it kind of goes back to what we talked about earlier too. Is AAA kind of doing the AEW thing where their weekly programming is way less and their big pay-per-views look like that? Because if you look at an AEW pay-per-view, like if I was a new fan and you told me, hey, check out this new AEW shit, you would get me to watch the pay-per-view, not the weekly shows. Because that's what looks grandiose to AEW. So is that how AAA is? Where because I've never watched their weekly programming.
Yeah, they're in a smaller buildings with weekly, but it's still I don't know like where they stand at as far as AAA and CMLL. I don't know who gets the bigger crowd, but CMLL is still there, and that's the oldest wrestling organization in the world, actually. And AEW has a partnership with theirs, so I don't know which company is bigger out of CMLL and AAA.
It was announced that WWE's doing a SmackDown and Raw in Mexico City in early September, first weekend of football season opening. So
That'd be dope.
apparently they're gonna be running the streets down there. And I think I want to say September 11th, that Friday, AAA will have a event in Vegas, and then night two will be in Mexico City. So they got a big 2-night event coming up in September.
Which building they running in Vegas? T-Mobile?
The Luxor Arena or something like that.
Hold up. This is not WWE, this is AAA.
AAA, yeah.
Okay. So were you there? When I went to AAA, I think you were. I think you were in there
last year, right?
When they were doing, I think they were doing. Your girl was doing like the bridesmaid thing and somewhere else, and then they sent you in one of the husbands to Vegas. You remember that? This was like in September, because I went to the Canelo fight that weekend. You were there.
Oh yeah. Okay, yeah. We were there for the AAA thing. Well, you were there. You went to that, and I was just out there drinking.
Yeah, I went to the AAA. They had it at where the Running Rebels played, Nevada, and the Thomas Mack Center. So it's interesting. They're moving into the Luxor. I think the Luxor, they have a big arena. Or is it kind of smaller?
That I don't know. I know the all women's show I went to was in like the gaming arena, but it's not that. It's like the Luxor or something. Or no, I can't remember the name of it exactly. Again, it was 5 o'clock this morning. Like the fact that I even remember the dates was incredible. But they're running some kind of two-night event, but it's one night's in Vegas and then one night's in Mexico City, and then WWE themselves will be in Mexico City that entire weekend.
You getting tickets?
No.
Hey, that'd be a dope dope trip. I've been to Mexico a few times, but not Mexico City. Just the touristy Cancun.
I'd go to Vegas. I don't know about
Of
Mexico
course,
City though.
of course you would.
Yeah, that was one of the big topics yesterday at hanging out with my girl's friends and their fiancés and husbands and shit. Was everybody's like, yeah, Vegas. We went to Vegas for a bachelor party and woke up one day and the guy lost like 36 grand and his girlfriend was ready to leave him. Apparently he got hustled at a strip club or something like that. And
For
they all woke up.
36,000.
It was a whole thing. Like, this is the longest fucking story I'd ever heard in my life, and I still don't think we got to the bottom of it. But but yeah, they apparently woke up one day and half the bachelor party had rebooked their flights to go home and explain to their women that they weren't out there getting whores and coke. So
I don't understand. I gotta hear this
yeah.
story maybe offline. How you get hustled out of 36K?
I was
he at
like,
least
the
get
worst thing
some?
that ever happened to me was I got yelled at the strip club. That was about it. Like,
Didn't you
I've
yell
never-
that for taking back 100?
No, I mean, I didn't take it back. Like, I gave it to her by mistake. I wanted to give her 10, and I didn't see the other 0 on there. And she called me a broke ass bitch, and I left.
Did you give her at least a 10?
Eventually, yeah. But she's lucky I gave her that. Crazy hoe. Yelling at me like that. Like, ain't no lap dance worth $100.
That's hilarious.
They ain't even halfway standing up yet.
You didn't I would say you didn't have singles on you?
I was drunk, EJ. We had taken okay, you were in Vegas at the time, but you didn't go with us. We had went to dinner, that steakhouse, and we'd been drinking, and then we got in the limo, and the limo took us to the liquor store, and we rode around drinking in Vegas for like 3 hours, and then we went to the titty bar. Like, I was gone. So I just happened to miss a 0 on the fucking $100 bill. And by the time I saw it, I'd already handed it to her. I was like, whoa. It's not what I was trying to do. She made a big deal about it. She could have got the whole $100 if she wanted to work for it, but she wanted to be a fucking, you know what I mean? She wanted to be lazy about it and try to get something she didn't deserve. So
fun times. Call it Sin City for a reason.
Vegas, baby. I fucking love it. So we talked AAA. Let's see what else we got on the docket. Let's talk Double or Nothing. Was it Double or Nothing?
Yeah, it's Double or Nothing.
AEW's got another pay-per-view coming out, by the way. Did you see that? They got a new one.
Yeah, I mean, they basically have pay-per-views every month except January and February. Yeah, we got Forbidden Door next month, and then in July we got Redemption, which I heard. Go ahead.
I was gonna say, I'm not telling y'all to do anything crazy, but it's getting really expensive to watch pro wrestling now. The best thing to do is get a VPN.
Yeah,
if you're in America. I mean, I got one for Netflix to watch certain people's programming. I have a my blah 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 AEW blah 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 subscription to watch their like it's too expensive now. $50 a pop, and now they're every month. And I gotta pay for fucking HBO Max if I don't have cable just to watch weekly programming. Like, I will say this though, AEW pay-per-views are way worth it more than WWE's are.
We'll be previewing one, but we're your show going right into Clash in Italy. So yeah, get all your coverage here, boot to the face. But yeah, I was gonna say that they got Redemption in July. I'm hearing that they trademarked something called Redemption Rumble. What if they try to have something like WWE with like a Royal Rumble? I heard this might be a rumor. It might be a rumor though. Double or Nothing was fun. Yeah. I mean, getting rave reviews, even from like I've seen so many like podcasters and vloggers and social commentary. Like this is their first time watching AEW and they were blown away. A lot of people calling this one of their best pay-per-views ever. I don't want to be a prisoner.
Meanwhile, us sickos are like, welcome to the party. First time?
Yeah. I don't know. You know, I don't want to be a prisoner of the moment. Be like, this was the best pay-per-view they ever had, because they've had some good ones. They've never had a bad pay-per-view, but I I gotta think. I'm like, yeah, this probably might be a top 5 if I'm thinking about it. This was fun all the way through the pay-per-view. I had a good time watching this. I even watched the
I feel
pre-show.
like if we talk about AEW the following week, every time they run a pay per view, we could say this. Like, they don't miss. They really don't. And, we got the TikTok out where you're like, I don't want to be an AEW Glazer. Like, we glaze the shit out of them. Their pay per views are dope. They really are. Every fucking time. They don't miss with them. Why? Because it's wrestling. And what do? They fucking wrestle. And they give you your money's worth. It might be 12, 13, 14 matches. You might be up till 1 o'clock in the morning. But you're not gonna walk away from it being like, I paid $50 for 4 matches and a bunch of ads. No, you pay $50 for wrestling, and you got your fucking money's worth.
I mean, it's in the spirit of. I was looking at some old WCW. It was Starcade '95, and basically AEW roused out of the Phoenix of what the spirit of WCW is. Did you know that pay-per-view was New Japan versus WCW, Starcade 95? I didn't know
Worlds
that.
Collide, I think was the name of it.
Yeah, I didn't know that. And it was Sting, and I was watching Sting, Luger, and Flair in a 3-way match.
Yep.
WCW was about that graps, man. Until like
the Yuji Nagata back in the day.
Yeah. Until kind of like NWO kind of went in there in sports entertainment a little bit of it, but WCW was the company about the graps. Sting could go, man.
Luchadors got over.
Yeah, Luchadors
back in the day. They just fucking no story, no any of that. Just got that ring fucking bell. Let's do this.
Yeah, and I know you're a big WCW guy growing up, so yeah. Like I said, it's a fun pay-per-view. I know. What did you watch the pre-show?
Yeah, I saw Mick Foley out there. I missed the part where MJF kicked him in the nuts, though.
Oh yeah, that was good. See, I thought that was a good way to kind of get the crowd going and have the main event guys come out on the pre-show. Weren't expected, kind of get the crowd fired up. I know one thing you probably didn't like because you were talking about kids getting beat up. Big Boom won.
This fucking guy. I went to Costco earlier that day too.
Yeah, you got the cheesecake.
Yeah, I got that pistachio cheesecake for my son's graduation party.
You keep talking about this pistachio cheesecake, and I gotta get it now. Next time I'm in St. Louis, Costco, maybe I'll get my mom.
I think it may be seasonal though, because we had never seen it before. Now it's just like at every Costco I go to.
So, Seafood is saying he might think this is the last, but why Seafood? Because they ended because I heard they took AEW off a New Japan World app, but that makes sense though. Now that they got their own app, like why would you keep doing it on their app? I don't know if that means the partnership is over. If that's what you're talking about, Seafluid.
Yeah, and AEW is now putting independent wrestling on the My AEW app.
I didn't hear anything about their actual partnership being sullied by that, but you can't blame AEW for because Fight TV went under I think they went under and whatnot. So that's where Dynamite and Collision used to be on international broadcast, but now that that's no more. They had to make their own one. So I don't know if that made New Japan mad now that they have to take it off, but there shouldn't be no hard feelings. I hadn't heard anything about New Japan not being on this year's Forbidden Door. So I guess
I might have to go to Japan and interview somebody and ask them.
I don't even know who you would even get in contact with. Hey,
I don't know either, but I would fucking love to go back to Japan.
You said we were trying to do Wrestle Kingdom one time, and interesting. And New Japan got sold this week to TV company. Also has ownership in Noah. And Noah has that relationship with WWE. That's interesting.
Man, there's so many wrestling companies like fucking each other now. Not like in a bad way, but like in bed together. Like you don't know who's dating who anymore.
Well, that'd be big if WWE had the New Japan partnership instead. They would just send developmental and make it a TNA Japan, basically.
Basically, NXT Japan.
Oh man,
like they used to do NXT UK, and remember they wanted to do all those NXTs like all over the world. And I thought they had like a Japanese like quadrant that they were doing over there back in the day.
I think Noah maybe, but they were trying to do after the pandemic. They were trying to relaunch it as NXT Europe, and that never took place.
Yeah, trying to do the territories with NXT.
Yeah, but it's interesting. This New Japan story. We'll have to talk about that more next week once this develops and actually research it. But
Yeah.
yeah, heads up, C Fluid. But
Well, speaking of New Japan, my favorite match on Double or Nothing was Okada and Takeshita.
whoo, that match
I
cooked.
fucking, I fucking loved it. I honestly, I didn't want Takeshita to win.
Yeah, you pick
Like,
Okada.
I don't know what it is. Like Okada's fucking got me now. I used to not be a fan of Okada. I just thought he was like, he came with. By the time I discovered Okada, he was already like the fucking guy. And I was just like, I don't really see it. Like I feel like he's been kind of half stepping through AEW, but like the last year or so, I don't know. He's made me a fan.
Man, I thought you were gonna pick Swerve and Bandito as your favorite match, but this one was my favorite match as well. It's what you want. Like, if you're not a fan of like, because you know AEW has a lot of high flyers. A lot of people don't like the quote unquote choreograph, flippy dippy stuff. But this was just a hard hitting back and forth match, like strong style. So if you're a fan of, you know, they're not the biggest guys. If you're a fan of just people just beating the shit out of you, you love this match, and I loved it. Of
That's
course,
what I like.
Of course, it got 5 stars from the Observer. This was a short list of match of the year. I got to make sure I write this down. If we're almost halfway through the year, so we'll be at to the Boot to the Face Awards before you know it. Rucker and the Booties. But yeah, I definitely got to put this on a short list of match of the year. Well, you got to also throw take your hat off to Roman and Punk. Still got to keep that on the list too.
Yeah.
You know that was Roman's first 5-star match he got in the Observer.
That's bullshit. He's had way better matches than that. I haven't gone back and watched that match. I only remember what I saw from being there. I hadn't actually gone back and watched that match yet.
Me either. I only watched it even though I wasn't there, you were there. I only watched it
Yeah.
once too. When it was
So I have no
live.
idea like the TV version of it, but being there live was, obviously it skews the scale for me, but that's crazy thinking Roman's only got 1 5-star. What a crock of shit.
You know, AJ Styles only got 2.
Yeah, fuck Dave Meltzer.
Hey, you know, Cody has 5, and most of his are in WWE. Most of his 5-star matches are in WWE. It's crazy.
Yeah, because Meltzer fucking slobs on Cody.
Why is he like Cody so much?
Meltzer was the reason they started All In, because he told them they couldn't get 10,000 people in the arena. Meltzer was the fucking guy, and they made like a bet online on Twitter, like the shit unfolded on Twitter. It could have been a work looking back on it now, because Cody, I hate to break this to people out there, but Cody's a fucking worker. Like, Cody's about money. He's about making you think that he's on your side, but he's really not. Like, Cody fucking, I learned this years ago when, I think I've talked about this on here before. So I had again, here we go. I like Cody. Like, I think Cody's great, but me and him got into it on Twitter a couple of years ago when I was going to the MSG ROH show, and him and the Young Bucks were in ROH at the time that the show was announced.
Mm-hmm.
And then they decided they were going to not re-sign, like, after everybody had bought their tickets, and they were going to start AEW. And so I like said something about it on Twitter, and he was like, "We were never advertised for it." And I was like, "Come on, man, like, be real though. Like, ROH used y'all to fucking sell out MSG, and y'all know y'all had no fucking chance of being there." And then people like jumped in my mentions, like trying to defend Cody, and I'm like, "Shut the fuck up! Like, you're not gonna get a free hug out of this." Like, let's be honest though. Like, ROH used the fact that they had the Bullet Club in ROH when they put those tickets on sale, and all parties involved knew that the Bullet Club wasn't going to re-sign with them because they were about to start AEW, and they used the fact that they were with them. And I still went. I still had a great time. Me, Marty, my ex, like, it was a great time at Madison Square Garden. I wasn't complaining about that, but trying to act as if they didn't use them, and then he said he's never going to work a WrestleMania weekend again. Well, guess what? You've been working WrestleManias for like 5 years, asshole.
He said that?
Yeah, he tweeted that to me. He said, I never plan on working a WrestleMania weekend again, because he was in AEW by that time.
That's funny. So you basically saying they just used ROH
No,
More
ROH
people.
used them and they let it happen and like misled the fans so ROH could get the bag from MSG.
Dang. So, so
And then
they got
they
played
ended
like some
up
suckers.
partnering with New Japan for the it was ROH Super Card of Honor or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
And they partnered with New Japan and I think it was like Okada and Jay White and somebody else in like a ladder match for the New Japan title. I think Enzo ran out and like jumped Bully Ray where they tried to make it look like it was real. They were actually fighting. But it was like it was a good show, but it was still like, man, the Bullet Club should be here.
And they weren't.
Yeah, and we were still waiting. Everybody in the crowd was still waiting on him too, and they just never fucking showed up. I was pissed about it. I was pissed about
This
that,
was
and I was pissed about the fact that I flew to All In to watch him win the NWA title, and then a month later he gave it right back to Nick Aldis. I was like, I thought this shit was important to you. This is just a money grab. Cody's been doing this shit for years.
so. Hey, so you went to All In and you went to the MSG show. You were a ROH fan back in the day.
Yeah, I was. That was when I was a big Cody fan. Like he was probably my favorite wrestler going at the time.
How how packed was that MSG show?
It was sold out.
I never been to MSG inside MSG. I've been
That was my
I was
first time too. It was. I will tell you this: like, there's not a lot of. I'm not like a emotional person when it comes to stuff that's not like my family or shit like that. But like walking in Madison Square Garden, I was kind of like, oh shit, like I'm in Madison Square Garden. Like standing outside and seeing the fucking lights and all that and just walking around New York. You know, I'm a Knicks fan. Like
mm.
coming up, watching them play there forever, watching a bunch of wrestling shows there, like walking in, I was like, oh fuck, like fucking heart started racing a little bit. I was like, what is happening to me right now? But that's probably the only building I've been in where I've just been like, oh shit, like this is a real fucking thing.
Yeah. I was on the when I was in Manhattan, I was just on the outside of MSG, just looking on the outside. I'm like, man, that's MSG right there. But
Right.
actually getting to go inside, that's dope.
For a big show like that too, which is again that made it okay that it was still a great show. But yeah, it's just I felt I felt like they gave us the runaround with that, even though again they never officially said they were advertised for it, but the show was fucking announced when they were all still under contract.
So was Cody still the leader of the Bullet Club at the time?
Yeah, Bullet Club shit was still going strong then. This was before I could have my timelines messed up because it was so long ago. I think this was before the Cow Palace show where Tama and everybody turned on him.
Mm. Yeah. So
But
they
they were
didn't
there.
they didn't send the Bullet Club at the MSG show, but it was it a New Japan? Was any New Japan people there?
They had the Bullet Club there. They didn't have Cody and the Bucks and Omega there. But they had
Oh,
like
they didn't have the
God
elite.
was there. Yeah, they didn't have the elite there.
Yeah, that still sucks. What was the main event?
Um, was it the New Japan World Title match or was it the ROH World Title match?
C. Fluid said indirectly the original ROH got used by Cody and friends helping them producing it. Yeah, original All In because AEW now owns the original All In.
I'm gonna have to look that up now.
Who was the champion at the time? Okada probably.
Okada was the champion in New Japan. I think he had lost it. I think Jay White ended up winning the title in a ladder match for New Japan at that time. I was really drunk by the time the end of that came around.
Was this 2019?
Yeah, this is when WrestleMania was in New York City.
Okay, so you did say Supercard on their weekend or week whenever they have it. But man, so yeah, and they didn't All In happen like in September, so you were traveling a lot during that year's window.
That was when I literally just started traveling for wrestling and shit like that year. Supercard of Honor, Madison.
Did you go
Garden.
to WrestleMania New York too?
No, so funny story. That was my first time ever going to New York.
Mm-hmm.
It was G1 Supercard, not Supercard of Honor. Sorry. That was my first time going to New York, and C Fluid says the main event was Okada versus Jay White.
Okay.
So we went to New York, and we were there for days. Like we did I think we got there Wednesday night, and we got a really good rate on the room in Manhattan. I was like, this is crazy. Like, I can't believe this room is this cheap in Manhattan during WrestleMania weekend. I found out early morning Friday why. Because they were constructing on the building that we were in.
Of course.
So
Shit was
that was
loud.
fun. But yeah, we went around, we watched NXT with Marty at there was a watch party from a podcast that's in New York. Saturday we did Supercard of Honor. Sunday morning we flew back home. And Sunday we're sitting at the airport. And I'm like, man, my stomach is like doing flips right now, right? And we flew home. I had a WrestleMania party at my house that night. So all my friends came over. I think that was the last WrestleMania party I may have had. Um, and I just remember sitting on the couch and being like, I gotta go to the bathroom like right now.
Oh, damn.
And barely made it. And multiple times throughout that WrestleMania. So something in New York like did not agree with my stomach. And I thought to myself, as much as I wanted to see Becky main event WrestleMania, and as much as I wanted to see Kofi Mania, had I been in that building, I would have shit on myself. It was one of those like stomach flus where you got like 3 seconds to get to the fucking bathroom. And from what Marty told me, the bathrooms were crazy busy the whole time. Everybody got stuck outside after the show, kind of like what happened with AEW this past week, where the subways were shut down. And Jay and Dez from Talkamania, he told me he paid $120 to get Ubered back to his Airbnb because the prices surged so fucking high. So I was in New York City for WrestleMania, did not go, flew back home, and that was probably the best decision I ever made.
That's a damn street pizza, man. Probably got you.
I didn't eat any street food at the time. But we did, like, we were going around, it was like, oh, look, there's a New York pizza joint. Let's go in there and eat that. Oh, look, there's cheesecake. Like, it was everything New York. So you're just fucking eating the whole time, eating and drinking. And by the time Sunday rolled around, my body was like, nah, dog, you need to calm the fuck down.
Yeah, hey man, like you said, blessing in disguise. I thought you said you hadn't had a WrestleMania party since then. I thought you had like a SummerSlam party recently or something.
No, I've had
Royal
as I
Rumble.
said that I had we did WrestleMania with Philly at one of my places and WrestleMania LA. Me and my buddy Nate, we did one night each at each other's house. So right when I said that, I was like, no, that's not true.
Yeah. Hey,
But back to AEW, man, we got way off the beaten path. Okada versus Takeshita was good. You had the return of Kyle Fletcher.
Yeah.
I don't know. These things where it's like you see this coming, and it's just so stupid with how long it takes. It's like, just let him come out there and kick his ass. Like, why are we doing all this rigmarole about him acting like they're friends? And like, in the grand scheme of things, why the fuck would Kyle Fletcher side with Takeshita?
Because they had a tag team, Pro Takeshita.
Okay, they also had Procada.
Yeah. Well, he chose sides. I didn't mind the rigmarole. I mean, had some type of payoff. I thought it was dope though. Proto Stars back, and him and Takeshita. Shit, it's gonna be magic. Like I said, and I say it once, I say it before. I'm gonna move him up my list. Takeshita's top 3 in the world in ring. But who's probably maybe number 1 and just overall, just not in ring. We'll get to him later. How can you deny MJF not being the best wrestler in the world?
Yeah. I think we've talked about this before on here. Like you said, we'll get to it, but I feel like we've given MJF his props a bunch, but this was just another fucking example of it. But before we get to that, you mentioned it earlier. You had Swerve versus Bandito in the first round of the Owen tournament.
That slap, man. How
that
did
fucking
you see
where he stood up on his shoulder and did
and did the house call? Like, what the fuck?
Who thinks of something like that? And then not for nothing, and we're not wrestlers, obviously, but just being somebody that's played sports and stuff like that, that's like the fourth quarter of that match where they've been going at it the whole time. To have the endurance and like be able to do something like that late in a match was crazy to me.
Yeah, I mean, I keep talking about these observer ratings. Swerve's got 7 5 stars, which is crazy. He's got to be like one of the most, I guess, in ring black wrestlers ever, right?
I mean, he's getting. If you go by fucking Dave Meltzer, yeah. Like, I take Shelton Benjamin in his prime over Swerve any day, though.
Yes. Speaking of Shelton, that was fun. Even the stadium stampede.
Yeah. Swerve gets the win over Bandito, your ROH World Champion. So he moves on in the Owen Cup. Osprey versus Samoa Joe. I thought this was a quick match.
I thought it was good though. You know, Joe ain't gonna go out there doing 30-minute matches anymore, but he did what he needed to do. I thought it was a good match, hard hitting. You know, the Death Riders train Will Ospreay to put new tools in his toolbox. So I'm digging that side of the story. But yeah, Joe's going back to Hollywood. He said, "Fuck that, I'm out."
Joe looked like he's leaned up a little bit. He looks smaller than he normally does.
Yeah, he's on that show that you like, Twisted Metal. He got to stay in
Yeah,
shape.
I like him on that. This was something that I think we talked about like a year or so ago when we were talking about Osprey winning the title at All In the last time they were in England. And we both were like, they need to do it now because you can't just keep waiting. I think, to me, they've waited too long. I'm kind of over Osprey right now.
You might be over. I'm not over him, and I don't think the fans are over him. He's still one of the most over guys. They could. I mean, I knew they weren't going to do it last year. Last year was in Texas. I'm like, they're going to have Hangman win this year, and then they're going to do it in London next year. That's what I predicted, and it's coming to fruition.
Well,
I mean,
maybe it could be fucking Osprey versus Omega on the undercard. Like after what happened on Dynamite, there's no guarantee that. And then you could get fucking MJF versus Swerve or something like that.
Nah, I like Swerve. I don't think we see that at All In. I don't know what Omega does.
I got a question. If they did do Omega versus Osprey and Swerve versus MJF, do you think that crowd would just be like, you know what, fuck this, and try to take over the main event?
Yeah,
like they used to do in WWE.
I think they would. that would. I know Tony's not that dumb to do something like that. They would, like you said, they would hijack the show if they did something like that. That's the guy who they came to pay for. Once he wins once he wins the tournament, I think he's gonna win the tournament. Like you said, anything can happen. I think that's gonna move a lot of tickets because people know they're gonna see the guy in the main event.
They've been there twice already though, and he hadn't been for the world title.
So. Oh yeah, he faced Jericho the first time before he was signed with the company when Punk beat up Jungle Boy backstage, and then the next year he faced MJF. Yeah, and he fought MJF last time. Yeah,
for the fucking Continental title or whatever it was.
International when MJF has the American title. That was funny. Yeah, I mean, well, this is finally his breakthrough. He finally gets to fight for the world title over there. Hats off to him.
But and then they fucked the whole story up by making him a fucking Death Rider reject. Like, why can't Will Ospreay just win? Why we gotta have him getting trained by Jon Moxley? Like,
the Death Riders beat his ass, so can't beat him, join him. You know, I'm gonna see how this story plays out. I think ultimately he's gonna have to face Moxley again. He's gonna have to beat him. Because he's not official member of the Death Rider.
He gonna have to fight Pac. Pac don't like his ass.
Pac don't like him. That's what he said. That was an interview back. Pac says the wildest shit in his band. He said, when I first met you, I knew I never liked you, little prick. You know, he said, when I first met you, I always thought you were a prick. That's what he said. I always thought you were a prick. I'm like, Pac, that man kind of low-key hilarious.
The bastard.
But yeah. Oh, one thing, another wrestler keep bringing up these observers. Guess who finally got their first 5-star match? One of your favorite wrestlers of all time.
Tekla.
Nah, I don't know if she had, but that was a good match. We'll talk about that a little bit. Oh, Cajun Cope. Cope got his first 5-star match.
I was trying to even talk about this match.
Oh, we had to talk about
this. Was not a 5-star match either. Like, see, that's what I mean. You talk about an AEW Glazer. That's fucking Dave Meltzer. Like, he just got a big fucking dildo with AEW written on it. that he's just deep throating the whole fucking time. Sorry, that was a bit vulgar, but
I thought this match was really fun.
5 stars though. Come on, like you put this match up against any other. This is not a 5 star match. This is the fucking train wreck with a couple old dudes and FTR and Stokely. Like this is not a 5 star match. Like get the. This is where people like Meltzer lose credibility to me.
Well, you got to take the ratings with a grain of salt, or take it for what it's worth. Yeah, I thought Stokely, he got lit on fire. Like, what? Damn, Stokely. Like, so I thought that was cool. Beth Phoenix coming out. Is she get per getting paid per appearance? Like she always comes out randomly.
Bring your wife to work day.
So, but like I said when we were previewing this, I think them winning the belts is going to unlock a lot of fun stuff this summer. I heard, what if they come in July? You see the Midnight Hour. They call themselves the Midnight Hour. New Day pop up. We have these wild. Oh, what if they show up at All In and we're in the building?
I'm fine with the New Day. I just don't give a fuck about Adam Copeland. Like he's trash to me. He's always been trash to me, and now that he's old trash. Like Christian can stay. He's cool. But Copeland, like, I'm just over it.
Yeah, you never been an Edge fan for some reason. I never.
Because he sucks. There ain't no some reason. He's trash.
I never had
and
a problem.
He's a piece of shit to Matt Hardy back in the day.
Fuck Matt Hardy. Mr. Steal Your Girl. He shouldn't have left this girl around for Edge to rizz her up.
She had to go to work. What? My girl can't go to work without one of my best friends hitting on her while I'm on the injured list. That's bullshit.
Man, Lita, how did Lita feel where I like transpired? Because like her Edge only just had a fling, and then she lost Matt Hardy, so she was just there with nobody. Because Edge
was married at the time.
Yeah, Edge didn't even keep her around. Like you said,
I mean, they had a storyline where they were together on TV, so they're still getting to make out and shit like that.
Yeah, that was weird.
They were probably still fucking for a while.
And he's like, I'm done with you. Let me go get Beth. I mean, she's sitting there, a Jezebel. But I digress. Yeah, I thought the match was fun. Like you said, your girl Tekla won the 4-way. We both had her winning. I'm enjoying what Tekla's doing, especially when she's calling women dumb bitches.
Dumb bitches.
I don't know.
I saw her on Collision this week. She said, the only person I'm afraid of in this tournament is you. And she looked at Sky Blue.
Yeah.
Sky Blue was like, well, I'm coming for the belt. And she was like, are you? Or are you just going to get injured again? I was like, oh, shit. And then they started laughing. I was like, God damn it, they got me.
Yeah, like you actually have to watch Collision. I thought the Collision main event with Garcia. I know you're not a big Garcia fan, but he had a good match with Takeshita. But what do you think about because you were hoping they were gonna reveal the wild card, but we're not gonna see that until Wednesday. But for the TBS title, Survival of the Fittest, how do you feel about that? Looking back on it, Lita has passed around. Dang, man, see Fluid, Punk, Edge, Matt Hardy. She's still single. Maybe she wants to be single.
Don't forget S.A. Rios.
They were just on screen. They weren't. She was just manager.
No, they were together in real life, I thought.
Oh, really? Oh, I didn't know that.
I thought they were. I thought they came.
You might be right.
Like as a couple. Right. I missed I was reading what Seafood said. What'd you say about the TBS title?
Oh, Survival of the Fittest for the vacant TBS title. They're having 7 qualifier matches, and I think it's all going to lead up into the Survival of the Fittest in July, I want to say. So it's going to be stressed out for a pretty long time.
It's only a month from now.
I guess it is almost June, but technically it's still May, so I'm not mad at it.
Tomorrow. Yep.
You still penciling in Sky Blue to get the TBS title?
Don't apologize to us.
Yeah, sorry, Mr. Reed and Mr. Record.
He said it. The thoughts and comments of Seafood 247 do not reflect those of Boot to the Face or any entity that's associated with Boot to the Face. Yeah, I'm still. The women's Owen is still wide open to me, especially with that wild card that's coming up. And then as far as the TBS title, I put it on Sky Blue.
So you would put it on Sky Blue?
Yeah.
Yeah. Let her cook.
She looked great with that title. Her and Fletcher still a thing.
So yeah, it's still they got. I was listening to an interview he was doing. They bought like a house out there in, I want to say, Chicago or something like that. Speaking of Owens Women's Tournament, did you see? You saw Collision? I'm woofing on the woman's name. She's over there from Stardom. She had a match with Maya World. I thought that match was really good out of nowhere.
Japanese lady. What was her name?
Yeah.
Stock. I don't want to say something that's culturally insensitive, but I thought it started with an S. And Persephone. How you say her name? Persephone. She's back too. She was on commentary. I thought she was really good on commentary.
Yeah, she's like super young too. She's like 23, 24. But yeah, I thought, like you said, I thought she was good as well. And hopefully she's CMLL Women's Champion, so hopefully they heat her up some. Man, I cannot see the brackets for this women's tournament. You think so? What happened with your girl?
No.
That's in WWE, Nikki Blackheart.
She's got can you still see me?
Yeah, I can still see.
All right. Some kind of way I turned my monitor off.
Hazuki is who we were thinking of.
Oh yeah. See, it starts with S.
I said, can you hear me? Can you hear me?
Yeah.
I said Hazuki was the woman that we were thinking about that was on Collision last night. But you saying something about Persephone and Nikki Blackheart?
Nikki Blackheart debuted on NXT a dark match.
Oh, really?
They changed her name to Martinez.
Martinez,
which is her last name. She just came out as Martinez. I'm like
Nikki Martinez.
No, just Martinez.
They be tripping sometimes.
Yeah, I'm like, Nikki Blackheart's a badass name.
Yeah.
Why not just call it Blackheart?
Yeah, whatever. But
or Nikki Black, you know what I mean? Something like. But Nikki Blackheart's a badass name for a chick that looks like her. But back to AEW's women division. I'm still just like Athena and Mina was really good.
Mm-hmm.
Obviously, Athena got the win, but it's also like I don't want to see Athena take another loss unless it's to. But she can't lose to Mercedes again, right?
No. I have her winning. I have her winning the tournament unless we get a crazy wild card.
You have Athena winning?
Yeah.
I just don't see Athena versus Tekla or whoever the champion is. I don't
think Tekla's going to be the champion by all in.
I agree with that, but I just don't see that as a. I know it's All In, not WrestleMania, but I don't see that as a WrestleMania women's match, which is what All In is for AEW. Like, I just
we got two pay-per-views to All In. I think Tekla's going to drop them at one of them. Maybe even Forbidden Door.
I don't see Athena as the challenger for. I wouldn't be mad at. Now, will the match slap if she's the challenger? Yes, but I just don't think she has the fanfare yet. She's got herself in great shape, by the way.
Yes, she is. What? On another note, did we ever get the diagnosis on Tony? Is she pregnant or just hurt?
I thought she just went away to do movies and shit.
People were whispering that the juice got loose inside of her.
What a wild thing to say. Oh my God. Moving along. Let's get to MJF. Did we miss any matches that are important?
Nah, we hit all the important stuff. John Moxley beat O'Reilly, which I predicted. But
yeah.
Hit all that
MJF and
but one more thing though. What was your favorite part of the Stadium Stampede? I like the intro where Kenny Omega was choking on it. He was choking on
right. I told you about that. I thought that shit was hilarious. when he was trying to be cool, smoking a cigar, and his little nerdy ass couldn't do it right. Um, I liked I like my boy Shelton getting a little bit of shine in the match. Shelton's really over in AEW.
Man,
Like,
he
am I
just
crazy?
he just tosses people around. He's wrestling like you wanted to see him wrestle, just like a big motherfucker, just tossing people like a powerhouse. And they're talking about adding somebody in the Hurt Syndicate. I feel like they've been like slowly easing them back into the mix of things. So I'm happy to see where they go with forward. Maybe we'll see some
Yeah.
New Day Hurt Syndicate in the future.
Get them away from Jericho, though.
Yeah, I think they are. I think that was the end of it. They did the thumbs up, and now we go our separate ways. So I'm a big fan of the Hurt Syndicate. We hurt people. What about Jungle Boy trying to kill Mark Davis? Or was it Mark Davis trying to run him over with a bus? That was just
Yeah.
wild shit. It's just wild shit of like all stadium stampeding. So, nice fun.
Oh, speaking of Jungle Boy, his better half returned with a very controversial shirt on
What
when
it
they
say?
came out and beat up the hot Legion of Doom. Her shirt literally just said sex.
Hey, there ain't nothing wrong with that. What's wrong with that?
Nothing. But I mean,
Oh,
if you want us to concentrate on you wrestling, I don't think that that's a fucking.
it was Reservoir Doggish Sea Fluid, the intros and stuff. But how'd you think about them surviving the 5-minute challenge on Collision?
They actually would have won if the clock not went out because she was putting Megan Bain to sleep.
Stretched her out.
Put her in the fucking Queen Slayer sleep, which is crazy that they're still calling it that, seeing as Brandy's gone.
Oh, that's why they called it that?
Yeah, she got that move for Brandy. Like, she put Brandy to sleep. Brandy was like the queen of AEW or whatever the hell she was calling herself at the time.
That's when she's with the Dark Order, Anna Jay?
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah, right. Just keep the tag on it. But yeah, I like how they're having like we know it's probably gonna be Brawling Birds versus keep calling Hot Legion Doom, this name you made up. Divine Dominion is gonna be them versus Divine Dominion. But I like this like stopgap of throw TJ in there until you get to where you want to get to. But this whole Willow injury kind of throwing me a wrench. I'm like, now you got me thinking, are they gonna try to get Windsor in that position? But you can't. She still got the Jamie Hitter tag team.
Windsor. I mean, they could flip the whole script and have TJ do it, and
yeah,
they were
right.
making a big deal about them being like the original AEW women's tag team.
That's true. They got new theme music. You might be right.
And you can have them versus fucking Sky Blue and Julia Hart in a feud.
Yeah, Sisters of Sin. So they got a few options, but yeah. What main event? MJF, Darby Allin. What were your thoughts on that?
I'm glad Darby's not champion anymore.
Oh, we knew that. But I like how they had this fork in the road. We didn't know. We knew it was just going to be MJF the whole time, and Darby did what he needed to do. Short-term champion. Car crash, had a bunch of defenses. I think third most in the company. It did what it needed to do, and then you got the belt back on the money man of the company. So I dug it.
Headlock takeover.
Tombstone off the top rope. So one thing, when Darby jumped off the scaffold onto the table, I'm like, damn, did he hit his head back there? But I looked on the replay, it looked like he went through it clean. So how did he bust his head open?
I don't ask a lot of questions with Darby. I'm just not into Darby matches in wrestling. And I don't know how he busted his head open, but it just leads me to what I was about to say, which was MJF was the only person in this match I was really watching. Like, we talked about it earlier. This guy is just really fucking good. Like, and we've been talking about it for over a year now about how we don't see him wrestle as much. So to me, it's even more impressive that he's not doing like house shows and weekly matches. But then he'll come out once a month, and when the bell rings, he's one of the. And he can do it with everybody. He can do it with Brody King. He can do it with Darby. He can do it with Omega. He can do it with Swerve. He can do it with Ospreay. Like, no matter who you put in the ring with this guy, he knocks it out of the park every fucking time. So, as much as they don't like him because he's fucking annoying, and he'll tell you the same thing I'm about to tell you, like, he's if not the best, he's one of the best wrestlers going right now.
Yeah, and you got all this momentum. This is the guy you need to have the belt on. He could go out for you and do promos, and he's in the Hollywood, talks good. Actually, like you said, he actually backs it up in the ring, which is
Big
probably
Hebrew.
yeah, Big Hebrew is probably one of the underrated things of his arsenal is he actually could go. So I don't know what more else to say about it. This is your guy right now, and looks like him and Osprey are headed for a clash over there over the pond, and we'll be in the building. So, but what about the aftermath of the match? You had Kevin Knight going out there acting like he was gonna check on Darby and UFO splash. What do you think about the heel turn?
I thought it was odd when he ran out there and ran MJF off. I'm like, surely they're not going off of air from a pay per view with just like a run in. Like, that's odd. And before I could even get that thought out, he jumped off the top rope on Darby. And I loved it because it's going to, one, get Darby off TV. And two, it's going to put some more shine on my dog, Kevin Knight. I wasn't a fan of his promo. I think he may have had a little bit of the jitters on Dynamite. And also, this may have been his first, like, big time heel promo that he had to cut with the crowd, like, shitting on him. But I'm here for it, man. I'm the jet. Let's fucking go. Like, put a rocket ship on him.
So one thing, like I don't listen to I usually listen to the weekend shows on Busted Open, but sometimes I'll pop in there. I was curious to see what Bully Ray had to say, even though I don't like him. He sometimes I think they try to sabotage him for a reason, but because we know sometimes AEW doesn't follow up on the pay-per-views and follow up on momentum. But like even before it was like a Tuesday, even before they got a chance to go on TV, he was like building up unrealistic expectations. He's like, this is their most important Dynamite ever. They with this pay-per-view will go into the trash if they don't follow up on this Dynamite. I'm like, calm down, man. But I thought I give Dynamite was solid. B plus. It did everything. It followed up with every story that you had on the show. I mean, it would not have been a complete A, but I thought it was a good follow-up show. Yeah, Kevin Knight come. What? You thought it was trash?
And I only thought it was trash for one reason.
What's that?
I watched almost 2 hours of that show. It was a 3-hour show. And they literally had a squash match and a like 2-minute squash match. And they had an interview backstage. And that was literally all you saw of the women on Dynamite before the main event. You had a 3-hour show after one of your biggest fucking shows there. And all we talk about is like, what are they going to do for this division now that Tony's gone? Apparently nothing.
Well, I didn't really think about the women's side. Of course, the women go a lot. I thought Statlander and Sheeta had a really good match, but they had the tag team champions out there. They teased the 5-second pose. You had Kevin Knight open the show. You had MJF with the celebrations. You had Fletcher out there. So you followed up on everything. It did what it needed to do. Like we always talk about, hey, what happened to this person? Because was it 2 years ago? Like somebody won a championship and we didn't see him for like a week or two.
Thunder Rosa.
Yeah, so you followed up with everything you needed to do. Like you said, it could have been better. Like you said, it could have featured the woman more, but it made sense as far as storylines and stuff going on. So
I thought it was good tie in to what happened at the pay-per-view.
Yeah. So
and it's funny you brought up, Busted Open. I tuned in the day after the pay-per-view and they were just shitting all over it, like going on rants and breathing hard and sound like they're gonna have heart attacks about how awful of a show it was. And I was like, did we watch the same show?
Hold up. What's Busted Open with it? Because Tuesday it was Dave and Bully. They were praising the show.
No, this was after Dynamite. They were talking about Dynamite.
Oh, they were shitting on Dynamite.
They were shitting on Dynamite about how they should have had a video package and they should have had the whole fucking roster come out and say AEW's great. Like, look at this pay-per-view we just did. And they were like, they just completely forgot about all, and they literally just shit on it for an hour.
And that's what they went into that show not expecting to like it because, like I said, I was listening to the Tuesday before it, and they were saying all you were saying. They're saying that they should do and and then when it didn't happen, just because it didn't happen like they wanted it to, they shit on it the next day.
Yeah, but don't let fans not like something that they like, and they'll be like, "You guys just making up stuff at your own expectation." They literally do the same. I like hate listening to that show sometimes. Like I listen to it thinking, all right, they're gonna change, and then they just piss me off.
That's why I don't really listen during the week. I listen to the weekend
Yeah,
shows because I like Jonathan Hood and other guy. And I like listening to Mark Henry. But yeah, man, I can only take bullying doses, man.
yeah. Greg is getting like that too. But I like everybody else in there. Like I like Baron Corbin. I like Dolph Ziggler. I like Mark Henry, like you said. I don't really care for Tommy Dreamer.
I don't like Tommy. He's a mark for
Yeah,
himself and try to play like he's nice.
I'm not a fan of Denise.
These
But
kind of grew on me because she like stopped being more like a broadcaster and she started cursing on there a little bit, actually opening up. So she grew on me a
that's all
little
it
bit.
takes, CJ, for her to start cussing. And all of a sudden, you like her.
Yeah, because I like you to be yourself. I don't like you trying to be like this polished goody two shoe. I want you to be yourself on there. And she's opened up
I think
some.
that's why I don't like her because, like, when I used to listen to her, she would just like recap everything word for word. And
Yeah,
it's like, yeah, I watched the fucking show.
she
Like, I
she
don't
kind
need
of
you to do this.
she broke out of that some like she's not my favorite, but she's warmed up to me more
Yeah.
than when she first started. But yeah, fuck bully.
Let's get to this Clash in
Clash in
Italy real
Italy.
quick
It's
because
actually
yeah,
coming
it's
on right
about to
now.
start. Yeah. We'll run through this real fast. But rumors are right now that Jacob Fatu is injured.
I heard that, and if it's true, how do you think that throws a big wrench in the storyline?
I don't know what's gonna happen, but if he is injured, then they gotta do something. They can't just have Roman come out and fucking say acknowledge me and go back. Like, do they bring Drew back to fight him? Do they have Sammy come fight him?
Break glass in case of
Do
emergency
they
and
have
go get Drew, I guess.
yeah, do they have Jacob come out and the Usos attack them backstage and now the bloodlines heals again? Like, how do they I don't know how they navigate this situation if the rumors are true that he's actually injured.
I don't know. And I mean, we talk about this for this. They were doing it on a house show. It's probably because they had already reps. Motherfucker got hurt. Like you said, MJF. He does the independent circuits. Like he had matches with he was putting the AEW championship on independent. So at least they're getting reps, but they're finally getting more reps. And I'm guessing his body just didn't hold up. If it's true, we don't know it really happened, but hopefully he's not hurt because from what you see, he's still on the card, right?
Yeah, they haven't changed anything.
Yeah.
I'm on Netflix now. I'm trying to find Clash in Italy
Is
because
your,
it
is your
started at 2
VPN?
o'clock, right?
Yeah, is your VPN working? Because like I said, mine's a hit or miss with WWE product.
Mine works on my phone.
Okay.
But yeah, they have started doing this thing. Like, it looks like you're using a proxy
Yeah,
thing or whatever.
I
It makes me
hate
sign out of it. And then it
money,
doesn't come on. But my boy
money,
Gunther's coming out now.
money hungry.
But yeah, let's go ahead and I think Gunther's gonna win the belt.
I don't no, I got Cody. The golden goose. You can't have the golden goose losing that easily, man.
How's he gonna catch Ric Flair if he don't win the title every other month?
They would try to do something like that. I think we're out of that type of era where you got 7 million championship wins, but I could be wrong. But nah, I got Cody defending. I think they might have another match though. Maybe at Night of Champions.
Jade Cargill versus Rhea Ripley.
Rhea. Getting tired of Rhea for some reason.
I kind of hope they put it back on Jade, but yeah, I'll be safe and go Rhea.
What match we got next?
I don't know. I was just going off the top of my head. I didn't even pull the
Oh, I thought you had it in front. I thought you had it in front of you. I could have pulled it up. I'm like, I don't even need to pull this up because Rucker got me.
I was going because you weren't saying anything. I didn't want to be like, you gonna pull it up or not? So I was just going off the top of my head.
I thought you had it.
Brock versus Oba.
See, this match is probably gonna piss me off because I feel like they're going towards a trilogy, which means Brock's probably gonna win the day. But like, why not have Oba just beat him again?
They could still do a trilogy with Oba winning all 3 of them.
It's true.
Man,
Didn't that happen with
when did Gunther get ripped?
I don't know. Didn't that happen with Batista and Triple H? Didn't Batista just keep beating Triple H?
Yeah. And then the Shield beat Evolution, I think, 3 times or at least twice.
So yeah, but
Oh,
I got
Cody's got this fucking helmet on again.
he's such a douche sometimes. So much for ever getting a Cody
Yes,
interview.
let it take over you, EJ. Let the Cody hate consume you.
Like every time you preface your Cody comment, you're like, I'm a fan of him. Like, I can't tell though. Like, I'm a Cody
I'm starting to
fan.
not be. You starting to piss me off. This stupid ass helmet. Why does he even wear it? You're not a heel. You're not Triple H.
Yeah.
Fucking Homelander.
Oh yeah, you said you didn't finish watching The Boys. You need to finish watching The Boys, man. I think.
Yeah, I'm on like episode 3 or 4 now. It's
oh, so
good.
you're in the last season.
Yeah.
Oh, the last season is really good. I'm curious to see once you finally get to this finale what your thoughts on it.
I might finish it by the end of this week.
Nice.
What's the other? Is there another women's match?
Yeah, we got your girl Becky, Big Times versus Sol Ruka.
I just don't think Soul is ready to. She's also injured too, by the way. Like, there's no guarantee she's going to be there for the match.
Really?
She got hurt on, was it Monday Night Raw or something like that? No, she got hurt the last match with her and Becky on Saturday Night's Main Event. So technically she's not clear, but Becky's been tweeting about it all over talking shit. So I think it's just Becky talking shit. But Soul was injured, so she could have just had like a concussion. Maybe she's cleared now. Look at good guy Cody's got to go shake the commentator's hands. Get the fuck out of here. Get the goddamn ring.
So
we need to do a watch along one day.
That'd be dope. So you got
we could do a WWE one because they don't last that long.
And
we could talk during the commercials.
I'm about to say, what we gonna do during the ads though?
Yeah, we could talk about the match we just saw. That honestly should be what we do. Find a fucking WWE pay-per-view and just do a live during it. Maybe we can get on TV like they do with the live reactions.
Yeah. Doing exaggerated takes on it. But I got Becky too. Like you said, it's so I think she needs some more reps down there. But we're missing one more match. Oh, the Roman versus Jacob.
Roman. Roman ain't losing the belt yet. He definitely ain't losing to give up Tribal Chief.
But how do you think it's gonna be? Some type of shenanigans?
It's tribal combat, so yeah. Like maybe Jacob will bring in fucking Zilla.
You think he's ready?
No, but they usually do something special when they go. Man, Gunther is ripped. He's got a fucking 6-pack.
He's been like trimming up.
Yeah, but he's been like skinny fat though. He's got a 6-pack now.
He's a skinny fat. Maybe he got the Drake surgery and got the ab surgery.
Yeah, it's fucking GLP-1s.
What's GLP-1?
Fucking diabetes medicine people do.
Oh, like the Ozempic?
Yeah.
Maybe.
Man, Gunther can't come out there with abs like that and lose. He's about to beat Cody the ass. I'm so sick of Cody. Anyway, well, that's all we got, EJ. If you ain't got anything else, you got anything else you want to hit before we get up out of here?
I think we hit everything. Got y'all ready for Clash Italy. Once we get off here, I'll sit in front of my TV and watch a bunch of ads, and hopefully they put some good matches on in between the ads.
Ain't no ads on right now. This shit's on ESPN.
Yeah.
Yeah, we appreciate everybody in the chat that was here. Steve Fluid says great stream as always. Thanks for
appreciate it
being here every week. Steve Fluid, one of our favorites. Yeah, I think that's all I got, man. It's been a crazy week of wrestling. 2 weeks from now, I guess I could have told you this. I'll be on vacation, so I won't be able to do the show in 2 weeks. I don't think anything's happening that week.
I'll be on vacation too.
Good luck to the Knicks. Thank you. Hell yeah. Man, it starts Wednesday. I can't wait. I wish we could fucking play them motherfuckers now. Like, so I'm so excited about this. I really am. extremely
Family
excited about
vacation.
this. I'm ready to, so she's in the chat saying this right now, but she's gonna be upset because like game 5 is Saturday the night we get there, and game 6 is like Tuesday. So
If
hopefully it
if
doesn't.
necessary.
Yeah, if necessary. I guarantee you game 5 will be necessary.
Yeah.
But game 6 might be the most important game, and that'll be, I think, my last night there because I'm coming
That
home early. So
that would be in New York if it were to go to Game 6.
I want them to win in New York so bad.
That'd
So
be
I need
dope.
to sweep them.
Sweep or Game 6. It's your only option.
Nah, just sweep them.
And
I don't want to go to
sweeping.
game 6. They are gonna
No.
sweep. New York hasn't lost in 2 months.
Well, you got a 7'5" monster that is gonna get it probably a game.
We gonna kick that ass, Lonnie. Lonnie 3000.
Isn't Sarah Hoots a Spurs fan too?
I think so. Who else likes the Spurs? Fucking Walker, Texas Ranger, probably.
I think Mark Henry's a Spurs fan.
Nobody really likes this. Like, how many Spurs fans do you actually know?
I hated the Spurs growing up when they had Duncan.
Are they not like the most boring fucking team and the most boring logo? It's literally a fucking spur on the back of a cowboy boot. Like, who the fuck wants to cheer for that?
They were boring. They were like fundamental basketball, but these new guys they got, I don't mind watching them play. Castle's a dog. Of course,
Tim
Wemby's
Duncan, the big fundamental, the fucking backboard shot. That shit used to piss me off.
David Robinson, his hammerhead, Admiral.
Avery Johnson.
Yeah,
and then I passed the ball to Tim.
His country ass. Mario,
little ugly ass left hand. Mario Ellie.
Yeah, I'm gonna say, you're gonna go old school 90s. Mario Ellie.
He was with the Rockets before that, though, wasn't he?
Yeah, he was. Big Shot Bob.
Sean Elliott.
Big Shot Ori. He hopped teams. He's with the Spurs.
Man, Ori was. You talk about leader. Ori was a fucking bed hopper.
Yeah, got like 7 more championships than Jordan because he kept hopping.
Yeah, he got more championships, but he was always integral in all those teams. Yeah. Though, like no matter what team he was on, it would get to the fucking finals. And next thing you know, why is Ori open for 3?
Yeah,
he always found a way.
Shot he out the Lakers. That shit was crazy.
Which was crazy too because he was such an athletic player when he was younger, and then he just like developed into like a spot up shooter to just fuck it, pass me the ball, I'll make it. Who else was on that fucking sorry ass team that beat my Knicks in the 90s? You had Duncan, you had Robinson, you had Avery Johnson.
That was before Ginobili got there. That was David Robinson was still there. Yeah. Fucking Spurs.
Michael Finley. Wasn't Michael Finley on that team?
Might have been. I think he might have been with the Mavs still at that point.
Older version of Michael Finley.
I think he was on the latest Spurs
squad team back then too. They had fucking Sprewell and Allen Houston and fucking Chris Childs and Marcus Camby.
That's fun times, man.
I was watching a thing about the Knicks today, and it was Melo. Melo was on his podcast with Amari Stoudemire, and they were talking about the year they thought they were going to win it all with New York. And I completely forgot they had put together such a good team. It was Melo, Marcus Camby, Tyson Chandler, Raymond Felton. They came back and like got in shape from Denver. Who else? I thought they had another big man. I said Stoudemire already. They had put a team together, and I'm like, they just made it to the second round. That was it. They didn't even like get to the conference finals. But like, just listen to that podcast. I was like, how the fuck did they not win the title?
This was what, early 2010s?
I think this was 2012, 2013 Knicks squad.
Yeah, when they had, was Lynn still on the team at that point?
I don't think so. I think him and
so did he go to the Rockets already?
Him and Melo didn't get along.
Man, what a crazy time, Lynn Sanity. Last like 2 weeks. It was fun though.
Yeah, it really was. Let's see. I'm trying to look the roster up now real quick. Knicks 2012, 2013.
Then they like beat the Nets and they had like all black. They were like thinking they were hard, and they lost the next round.
Yeah. They had Carmelo, Marcus Camby, Tyson Chandler, Raymond Felton. Jason Kidd was one. He came to the team. Kenyon Martin, Steve Novak, Quentin
Forgot about Steve
Richardson,
Novak.
and Iman Shumpert as a rookie. J.R. Smith, Amari Stoudemire, Rasheed Wallace was on the team. Like, a fucking squad.
Hey man, sometimes I doesn't shake out. We know what happened with that 2004 Lakers team with Karl Malone and Gary Payton, and then even the 2012 Lakers when they had Nash and Dwight
And to the
Howard.
Pistons.
Yeah,
Yep.
sometimes it doesn't shake out.
That was the year after Melo got. I remember it was funny how it happened when Melo got traded. The very first game that they played was against the Hawks, and I had tickets to it. So we went and saw Melo's first. Actually, I think it was the second game, but he had just gotten traded that week, and I'd already had tickets to go see the Knicks and Hawks. We were sitting baseline, so that was
That's
fun.
dope.
Yeah,
That's dope.
but anyway, man, go Knicks. Knicks in 4 or 6, whatever. For EJ Reed, I'm Chris Rucker. Thanks again, everybody, for joining us. We will see you next week at 12 p.m. Eastern Standard Time here live on YouTube. Until then, peace.